I wanted to say to you is a couple of things. As an academic, there are few promises I can make to you. It's true that I have been with your movement, broadly speaking, for almost 25 years. Like I've been there, sometimes very active, sometimes not so active. But what I promise, of course, is going forward, I will be with you. That's one. And it's important for me to say, because as you grow senior in bureaucracy and university systems or any system, there's always an incentive to be quiet, be more balanced. I am very balanced. And I've learned from no one other than His Holiness the Dalai Lama. When he came to my University of Westminster in 2012, and I had spent some time on my own without anyone else around, what I felt was that his compassion and his lack of any sense of revenge or grievance against Chinese people was immensely humbling. I would not be able to do it. So I wanted to say that I start with him that for me this is never about Chinese people. It is about a particular system. And that system is a colonial system, that's a dehumanizing system, that's one that is completely denying freedom and humanity. So that's what I wanted to say. That's why I would work with the movement. Second. Third thing I would promise is, I would never say to Tibetan friends and Tibetan people, you must do this, which is a habit of many of us academics. As we become professors, we say, Tibetans are wrong. You Tibetans in exile don't know what's going on in Tibet. I will tell you, I have done my field work in part of Tibet for 3 days or maybe 3 months, and I know the reality more than you do. That's often a tendency amongst academics. I promise never to be condescending in saying to Tibetans what you must or must not do. Because this is your struggle, and I would say it's our, let's say not responsibility alone, but it's our fortune that you're giving us the opportunity to be with you. So this is also our struggle in terms of being someone who believes strongly in fairness, strongly in freedom, and strongly in being anti-colonial. So I wanted to promise you that, because I do see amongst my own fellow people who write about China or about Tibet, sometimes this lack of humility or an emergence of an idea that you in exile and diaspora don't know what the reality is back there is. I would promise you I would never do that. Now, I just wanted to end by saying that the struggle, of course, is a political struggle ultimately. It's a struggle over knowledge. And that's where I'm an ally for you. I'm in solidarity, because I'm in some sense in part of producing knowledge. I promise to keep producing knowledge, which is speaking truth to power, not only power of, in this case, Chinese system, a colonial system, but also pressure in the West to temper yourself down. And I continue to do that, and you may not realize it's not easy. You'd assume that most people in the West would acknowledge the freedom part and other parts, and every time I write something other than the usual friends and circles, the reality, I just said, Tibetans have been experiencing lack of freedom, and Hong Kongers too, and Uyghurs too. That was a sentence. And a reviewer, academics will know, reviewer said that, what is the proof? Bring nuance. I thought it's very obvious that Tibetans have no freedom, and I cited Freedom House Index. Still, I was being asked to balance. So I'm just saying this to you because these are struggles of knowledge production. In this case, I'm your ally. In terms of action, I'm not an activist, but I'll do my best to support activists wherever I can, but this is your struggle, I'm there. But third thing, which is your thing and not mine, but I hope that you continue with that, is dream. China might try to control knowledge to an extent they could, maybe they're not, and we will see, it's a battle. Actions they might try to control, but something no colonial system can ever control fully is the dreams of people. And your dream of freedom, of being not China, as it says very clearly, having control over your own, not only history, you don't have control over your present to an extent, but your future is a struggle that is of a wider humanity, and in that I will be in solidarity with you forever. Thank you so much.